Once we had decided to attend the Flesh and Blood World Championship 2022, we asked ourselves, what, if anything, significant or memorable could we contribute to this once-in-a-lifetime event? Looking for an adequate way to celebrate the great coming together and commemorate the recent 3-year anniversary, we remembered Pro Tour Lille. The box opening collab was great fun. If not at Worlds, when and where should we open another Crucible of War 1st Edition box? However, the idea of a simple repetition did not sit well with us. After 3 years of trials and tribulations, maybe it would be a better idea to make a journey back in time and open one box of each set. And to make it real special and create memories by sharing memories, invite good company to join the openings and share the walk down memory lane, and even do some good along the way. We decided that this was the way to go. Contacts were made, feedback was given, dates were set. And then, coming together in San Jose, the time had come to open the boxes on site. Of each box, cards were chosen to be amplified in worth by special signature and to be finally auctioned off for a good cause. The story of this journey is told by this series of videos. The story of a journey back in time, remembering the past, celebrating the present, en route to a plentiful future. White Rabbit Community Game Store presents a Memories Creating Memories production. A Journey Back in Time box opening series.
I'm Prugel, very gentle.
I think we've been doing okay.
I'm still in San Francisco. Probably would have picked on the pack one.
I do love the bar.
That got me very excited.
Go on in, yeah. Another really big card.
Recorded on site in San Jose, California.
This is all it is right here.
We opened yesterday. The journey I've had with this set.
During the World Championship 2022 weekend.
Also, I'm surprised by the number of brute foils.
Community members from all around the world joined to open one box each set.
Oh.
Key card for like an OT case.
Just rolling when you were behind.
And he brings them over.
Quite a lot.
Maybe I'll go through that.
And pick cards to be signed and auctioned off for a good cause. Sharing and creating memories in flesh and blood. Hello and welcome to our journey back in time. This is Heiner from White Rabbit Community Game Store. Thanks for tuning in. Seems as if more than 2 legendaries were just not meant to be part of our Arcane Rising box opening. Ez and Kel made the most possible out of that box opening though, showing both their knowledge and skill to discuss the set and make the opening an entertaining experience. The podcast legends entered 3 Majestics into our card pool, bringing our card total to 23 in preparation of the final stop to our journey. The Great Welcome to Rathe, rising from the sea of cardboard late 2019 in New Zealand and finally arriving in Europe and most of the rest of the world 1 year later up until the end of 2020. That first public year of Flesh and Blood was not only dominated by a pandemic and a lot of doubt regarding a new game entering the TCG world, but also new faces emerging in the wake of the Fab world we know and love today. Among the key figures of that era is our next and final co-host. He is, by any measure, a multi-talent with a plethora of accomplishments under his belt. New Zealand national champion, live commentary gun for hire, grading expert, author of the Fab with Matt article series, to just name a few of his past and ongoing activities and skills. In his own words, TCG community superfan. My life completely revolves around all aspects of the TCG industry, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Now that's brilliant. Let's have a box of WTR together, Matt Rogers.
Hello and welcome to a new episode of White Rabbit TV. We are at World Championships of Flesh and Blood in San Jose. And we just had our first World Champion, right?
Yep, we've just crowned our very first world champion, Michael Hamilton.
You made it.
Yep, with an absolute clinic crew with Icelander. And yeah, from national calling champion, double calling champion, national champion, and now world champion to complete the story.
He set his course and stayed on it, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of course, we are traveling back in time. This is the last one we are gonna open, the oldest one, WTR. Welcome to Rathe. Unfortunately, I could never obtain an alpha box, so this is an unlimited one. However, the proceeding will be the same. We will open this box, share our memories about this box, about the set. And
I have many.
I'm certain.
I drafted this set a lot. Yeah, I mean, I opened plenty of these boxes and built up decks from it and stuff all at the start. It's, 3 years ago now, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, time's flying.
Now then, let's go ahead. Let's rip it.
Let's rip it?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, we're gonna rip it? Alright, let's rip it.
3 long days.
Alright, I'm just gonna open this up and I'm gonna kind of wipe my hands off before we start handling these cards.
Yeah.
There we go. Fresh. We'll dump them out, eh? Yep. There we go. 24 fresh WTR. Give me a second to sort this out out. Alright, nice some fresh hands.
So we are looking for an
Heart of Finder?
Of course.
Heart of Finder, of course.
Heart of Finder
And,
in here.
Broforge Braces, Mask of Momentum, Tunic, there's some awesome stuff. This is the set where Tunic began.
And all for good reason, because you will be able to pick as many cards as you want to, and whichever card you want to.
Yeah.
And that will go into the charity auction, into the raffle for the auction.
Excellent. All right, we'll pick some really nice stuff. So, Scar for a Scar. This is always a draft, amazing draft card. It was in the first thing, but yeah, when you saw one of these in draft, it was very, very high pick. Unmovable, another high pick card and limited of this set. And the way this pack configuration worked, you'd get the 4 generic cards, you get 1 equipment, so that's your equipment spot, your rare or super rare or higher slot there, and then the foil is tucked nicely in the middle here. Foil Nimble Strike, another good little draft strategy, drafting the Nimbleisms and Nimble Strikes as well. So, and then the class cards. So how this always worked is you'd get 2 of each class card. 1, 2. So you got two Brute, 2 Guardian, 2 Ninja, and then one of the class cards. So it could be anything, but there's only one of it, and then that's Warrior in this pack. So there we go. That starters.
So
off
it was
there.
well leveled regarding classes present on the packs, and that's why it was so well drafted.
Yeah, the limited play for Welcome to Rathe was actually incredible. It was really, really nice. So real balanced format. Obviously, they spent years and years on it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So another cool thing in Welcome to Rathe was like the, trying to finish people off with slogism and regurgitating slog, and could even pummel it and stuff. It was crazy, make these massive things. One of the highest pick cards in the set as well was Snapdragon Scalers. This card with Snatch was the 1-2 combo. So Savage Beast was an incredible card as well. 6 power brute card that draws a card for Arsenal, or if you get an extra action point. Snatch again, really powerful, and this is our foil here, Emerging Power.
So back in the day, how many people instantly took up the game and said, okay, I'm gonna go all in like you did?
I mean, that's hard to say. I guess different regions were different. New Zealand got behind the game pretty hard because it was a New Zealand game, and we'd grown up with Magic and with James running a lot of events and stuff, and we all really believed in him and the people on board. So New Zealanders got behind the game in a big way. So we got a super rare Cranial Crush there, sort of large blue attack, and then Overpower as well. So foil Overpower there. This was a really good rare, really high pick blue card as well in draft. I talk about draft, but I loved with Welcome to Rathe just like cracking boxes and building up. I'd build up lots of different warrior decks. I played a bit of Guardian, played a bit of Ninja, played just about everything. But yeah, Warrior was definitely my favorite class, and I did a lot of different warrior builds. Disable, another hugely powerful card in the draft format. before Command and Conquer existed, we had Disable. that was our poor man's Command and Conquer back in the day. Refraction boulders, yeah. Oh, and there we go, Glint. We got the Majestic there, the Warrior Majestic. I mean, such a powerhouse card here. So many games of Classic Constructed as well back in that day were like, you know, playing around, like, you know, having to make your decision on whether they would have a Glint in hand or not, you know, or a Singing Steel Blade to be able to search the Glint, you know. When that attack with their, you know, their bolters sitting there on a counter as well, it's like, are they going to crack bolters to get go again, or are they going to Glint? And if I block, they get an extra card as well, and then that's an extra pump spell, and Alright, here we go. Hardened cross strap, generic chest, so another really high pick equipment. Like, you would not see this passed around the draft table very far. Amazing in Brute and amazing in Guardian. Yeah, and then playable in the other classes as well.
And the Spring Tunic, was it an instant, was it so obvious that this card was strong and one of the best cards in the set?
I think so. Right from the start, everybody was like, well, you know, getting a charge counter every turn, getting a free resource that you don't have to use a card or anything, just like, you know, every 3 turns, was pretty good. Yeah. Also, another one of the highest pick cards, the generic equipment arm slot there, Goliath Gauntlet, like +2, you know, plus in your crush attacks, make it so much harder for them to block and not take 4 damage and get crushed. Staunch response for the foil.
How long did you use WTR as your main set? How long did it take for Arcane Rising to come out?
Quite a while, I think, because that's when, the thing is, when Arcane Rising first came out, COVID hit, and everything went into lockdown. So I remember LSS sent out the product for stores, sent to stores, and then everybody went into lockdown. So a lot of stores didn't even get the product because all the post and everything closed. Like in New Zealand, it went real hard. We went into a hard lockdown. So
successful one.
So Arcane Rising was literally the week of release. So it was a bit crazy. Iron Rot head, so you know, Iron Rot's always good value. You know, it's like the amount of Iron Rots you draft in the format means instead of starting on 20, you start on 21 or 22 or 23. So Welcome to Rathe was very much about eking every little bit of value. So every single life did count. You know, if you one block, and then things like Snatch, because Snatch was such a big card and limited. Yeah, having the one block there to like perfectly block up the Snatch and stop them drawing a card was big. Another big card, very underrated card back in Welcome to Rathe was Sigil of Solace. Yeah, I mean, a lot more should have played this card. Yeah. There we go, foil Showtime. Nice. So we got I mean, this was a big one in Welcome to Rathe format. Yeah, I mean, Showtime was the card. It's Search, Crippling Crush. You got to arsenal it. Next turn, you draw an extra card. You can dominate a Crippling, and that would be how you close out a few games. So what, we're picking 6 cards for this charity thing?
You pick as many as you want. But
okay,
James,
Showtime's got to be in it.
James, I suppose, will have to pick like 6, 8, or 10 out of all the cards of all the boxes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So we're like putting up nominations, I guess.
That's right.
All right. Well, that Showtime's gonna get nominated then. Crazy Brood. Look at that. So yeah, this was always a fun one. I remember I lost. Yeah. Sometimes in limited you would play it. Sometimes in draft. It's still a blue. Sometimes your deck would need extra blues, and like, you know, if you were way behind in a game, like if you were getting destroyed and you were, you know, maybe 5-6 points or more behind them, and it was very, very hard for you to win the game, you could just block out and then just cast Crazy Brew, and then just like put the game to a dice roll, find a way to come back through rolling a 6 and just getting so much advantage. Yeah. And
this set is out of print now, so
Yep.
Boxes are limited, even the unlimited ones are limited.
True. So, foil crushed confidence there.
Still a favorite hero, right?
Yeah. Flock of the Featherwalkers. That brings back some memories as well. I mean, I really liked Red Flock of the Featherwalkers in Constructed and in Limited. So I won the finals of a Road to Nationals with Red Flock of the Featherwalkers and a Warrior deck when Dash got really big. It was kind of the start of pitch stacking.
Okay.
Dash was a really hard matchup for Warrior. And Dash was destroying Warrior over and over and over, and I came to this realization that maybe I could set up some like huge turn against Dash that they couldn't stop, and that's how I could beat them. And in the finals of a Road to Nationals against Jacob Pearson, he was playing Dash, and I set up an end turn that went Flock of the Featherwalkers into Flock of the Featherwalkers, I think into another Flock of the Featherwalkers, into Enlightened Strike, into an Enlightened Strike or something like that. Like this like ridiculous turn to finish the game off versus him, or to just kill him out of nowhere in Warrior versus Dash in the finals. And it was
also the once in a lifetime combo.
Yeah, it was a once in a lifetime combo. So spent the whole game setting it up and managed to just pull it off. Because he was hard dash control, blocking and giving me all the time in the world. So tried it out, pulled it off, and it was great. Sink below, that brings back a memory. So this was my first spoiler.
Yeah.
When Welcome to Rathe was coming out, as LSS do now, they sent out spoilers, mostly to the stores, and I was running Card Merchant at the time, and this was our spoiler, was Sink Below.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to talk about that one. Reveal that card. It's crazy to think there was a time before Welcome to Rathe. We just had Ira decks and we were still playing the game, waiting for this set to come out.
Oh, you
we got
did?
our spoilers and stuff.
Yeah,
we were playing the game with Ira Welcome decks.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
how much time was that? Did you have to bridge?
Maybe like 2 or 3 months.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
a couple months. So we had the world premiere event, which like maybe was 100 people or something like that, playing for $1,000, and we all got like playmats and stuff like that, and playing with the Ira Welcome decks, and that's how we all got introduced to Flesh and Blood. And for the next month or 2 or even 3, I can't remember, we were we had our Ira Welcome decks, and we'd just have some games, same matchup, same thing every time. Energy Potion. This was one of the best cards in Welcome to Rathe as well. It was so big, being able to just like
extra resource.
Just like block a bunch, or like attack you with like some Kadachis and stuff, and at the end of the chain, like you've got a thing and they have to worry about Master Momentum, so they like overblock or like block out your things that you don't care about, and then you just slam Energy Potion. And then you when you get a couple Energy Potions in play, you set up for this like really big combo Ninja Katsu turn with it, right? So it was really cool. We'll put this as one of the cards as well. I know it's just a rare, just a foil rare, but it's such a special card from that set that I think it's kind of cool. So maybe I'll put that as one of the nominations. Steel Blade Shump was another one. Yeah, so I think Nick Butcher really broke the Welcome to Rathe format, I feel, with his Warrior control deck. So it never really saw the light of day. It never really saw much publicity. He top-8'd the calling with it, and then lost an unfortunate spot versus Sasha. But yeah, his Warrior control deck was absolutely ridiculous. Like, it was near the end of the format. I think Arcane Rising came out pretty soon after that, so it never really saw the publicity that it deserved. But Nick played like a hard control fatigue Warrior deck with last ditch efforts, Steel Blade Shunts, and Sigil of Solace and whatnot. And I truly believe that deck was broken. Oh, and here we go. The card. We got Findow's Spring Tunic. So, the card that started it all. How perfect is that for this box opening, right? Look at that. Foil Findow's Spring Tunic. So, Oh, it's nice.
Appears to be gradable, I heard.
Yeah,
You know a
definitely
lot about
gradable.
grading.
I mean, we always look at like the corners of these cards and stuff because like fab corners can be up and down, but these are pretty good. It's like a small little nick down here, and like minor whitening there, but pretty good. Yeah, overall, and the surface looks stunning. So yeah, it's a nice tunic.
Careful sleeving.
Yep, nicely sleeved.
And nominated.
And nominated. Yeah, very, very well centered tunic as well. Centering's really good on that one. So yeah, I think overall, stunning card. What a good one to open as well, eh? How cool is that? Alright, so Blood Rush Bellows. Yeah, I mean, I think the consensus pretty much was that this was the most powerful card in the game. You know, the fact that you could get +2 to everything for the turn, and that you drew 2 cards for 1 card on a pitch, it was just way above Raid. Nothing ever matched this on Raid, I think. Until Art of War came out in Arcane Raze, and I think this was the best card in the game, but just the restriction is that you could only play it in Brute. Brute was criminally underplayed in Welcome Array.
It was.
Yeah, I think people were too scared of like rolling dice with the scab skins and you know the kind of variance factor going on there. So you know, you didn't have gambler's gloves back then. There's Snatch, good old Snatch. And so it was a little bit scary to play a deck, but I feel that like you just didn't really have to roll that often, or like barely ever. You could do just rolling when you were behind. But yeah, a lot of people just stayed away from Brute because they felt that was kind of the variant.
For a game which proclaimed that variance wouldn't matter that much.
That was the deck that added some variance into the game. So yeah, I was very much a warrior player. I wish I'd played some Brute back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. I think take me back to Welcome Array meta, and I think I could have played like a heavy defense reaction, like block Brute deck that just like kind of keeps its life total quite high, and then just sets up a couple really big turns. Red Flock of the Featherwalkers. All right, we're down to the last pack. Let's do this.
Oh, we've got a big hit. Can't go wrong anymore. Yeah,
definitely happy with that one. So, alright. And the final pack magic. What do we got? Quicken Token, Helm, Sigil, and Foil Staunch Response. Such another really big card. In the limited format, this was huge because a lot of limited, like, fatigue was a very real thing. It wasn't just a game about getting your opponent's life total to 0. It was like either get their life total to 0 or their deck size to 0, right? And Welcome Array, there was a lot more. It was a lot grindier. There was a lot more blocking, and this card represented, you know, multiple cards worth of blocks. Like this is as much as a block 3 and 2 block 2s, which is like 3 whole cards for 1. So real big
it's
card
like
in
the
the
big
limited
no.
format.
It's like
no. Big no, yeah, there we go. All right, so we we got some cool stuff.
Your nominees?
I think these 3. I think these 3 are going to be my nominees here. We'll put that energy potion into a sleeve. I think the tunic, the foil showtime, and the energy potion. Let's put those up. I'm sure the tunic's got to be in there.
We do that. Okay. All right, Matt. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for inviting me. It was really fun to kind of go back in time with you on Welcome Array where it all began.
Pleasure and an honor. I remember you were one of the first deck introductions or deck guides I consumed back then. That was. It's also my memory of this.
Did you read the article from Magic to Flesh and Blood? What hero should I play?
No.
You read that one? Okay, that was my first ever article. So that one went up in Channel Fireball over 2 years ago now. And I think it was maybe around about when Arcane Rising came out. I think it was after Arcane Rising actually. And it was just talking about the similarities between Magic and Flesh and Blood, and you know what
I gotta read it up.
Kind of what heroes or style of play you liked in other card games, and how that transitions over to Flesh and Blood.
And also, if you haven't read it yet, check it out. It's still online, right?
Yeah, I'm sure you can dig it up in the archives there. It'll be on Channel Fireball. Look up Fab with Matt.
Take your own journey back in time. Check the article and everything in between. We are looking forward to a brilliant future after this week's event, I'm sure of it. And yeah, thanks for going back and moving forward with that. Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Arriving at the very beginning, we have reached the end of our journey. Let's see what fate has served us with. The Welcome to Rathe box gave us one of the best possible pulls in the set, a Fjendled Spring Tunic Rainbow Foil. Also added was a Showtime Rainbow Foil, a super rare of the set, and an Energy Potion. These 3 cards complete our raffle pool. And with the raffle pool complete, it's finally time to take a look at the total results. In total, it's 26 cards, among them First Edition Gambler's Gloves Crucible of War, a Fjendled Spring Tunic, Rainbow Foil Legendary, 2 other Cold Foil Legendaries, a Stalagmite and an Alluvian Constellas. So, what's next? As this video is published, we are right in the middle of ProQuest Season 3, keeping everybody excited and busy, especially at LSS. Meanwhile, our cards rest safely right at LSS headquarters. I am very confident that once the season has finished and the dust is settled, we will proceed with the raffle and finally get the auction scored. As I cannot give exact time frames for these events, I hope you will bear with me and give the process some more time to ferment. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and sub this channel to get an update on what's still to come. For now it's time to part. Thank you all for dedicating your time to watching these apps and becoming a part of the journey yourselves. Special thanks to all co-hosts who took valuable time out of their schedules and words to give the openings that extra bit of spice, remembering and commemorating the first 3 years in Flesh and Blood on site in San Jose. And also thanks to Zach and Alex for doing it afterwards. That's it from me for now. Bye bye.
Oh, that was good,
Tongue's twisted. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks, man.
Look
You
at that,
carried
we
it,
got a
right?
tunic.
We got a tunic, yeah.
Oh, couldn't have scripted that better.